back to the stream. Today we are checking out one of my current favorite games. You heard that right. This is a phenomenal game. You have to give it a try. It's called Go Town. This game is fantastic. It's I wouldn't even consider it a cozy game. It's more like a hustle and bustle type of town simulation management. You got to manage resources. You got to manage buildings, crops, mining. It's fishing. It's got everything, and you're not. There's no like relationships or anything like that where you have to, kind of smooze or give gifts or something like that. It's just pure town management, and it is phenomenal. There's so much to do in this game. So instead of talking about it, I'm just going to kind of show you around. I built a small town, and I'm just going to show you kind of the gameplay loop. This isn't going to be a long video. I just want to hop in here and show you what it is. So if I span back, let me drive around here. I got a little hoopty. But this is my town. You start with a blank slate, and you start up here with a kind of a town hall and a train station. And every so often a train comes in, and people just come out, and then some of them, like the guy you see with the question mark, you can kind of make them what they call them is your townie, like a resident of your town. But there's a couple things you got to do. You got to do a little quest for them, and then you got to get them housing. And so if I come over here, you can see my houses, and I even got some tents for somebody. But then you can also build apartments. But all this comes from is resource land. So what I'm gonna do is let me get out of this. So let me turn down the music. Actually, I got a phone call. Hold on. Let me get out of this. All right. So let me turn down the music just a bit. Okay. All right. So the story of it is that you were kidnapped by gangsters or something like that, and you were thrown into this barren wasteland of a town, and you're tasked with bringing up this town and building it up so it can compete with other towns, and there's a ranking system and all that stuff. But what you're given is certain plots of land, and you can see the dotted lines. So this is like the mining aspect of the games. So everything that deals with mining, you build here. So you see these little bins. I've had to build them. There's the resources. You can take some out. You can store them back in. And the idea is to keep your town running. So in this little shop district I've made, if you come here, you can manage each one of the shops. You can choose who your worker is going to be, and fit out is kind of like the storefront that you want inside of here. So if I were to click that, you can do different types of storefronts. So it's got a kind of what this reminds me of back in the day is like the roller coaster tycoon, just without the rides. So, you're building like the shops, you're managing workers, you have to manage I'm going to go back over here. This is my trash waste management type of area. And you can see I have he's a dinosaur, but he's going around, and you have workers. So it's not that you're doing it yourself, it's that you're managing the whole town. So think of yourself as kind of like the mayor of this small town. So you can see he's gathering up all the bins and the trash. If there's stuff on the street like vandalism, throw up, stuff like that, you can get a that has a gun. You can clean up the streets. So it's very reminiscent of like the 2 Point games, like the 2 Point Museum, 2 Point Hospital, but it's got a combination of like that roller coaster tycoon city management in there, and it's fantastic. So if I were to, let me see what so over here you can see the build little menu in the top left. So you can build everything. You can move everything. You can do everything you want. And it is so smooth. It's fantastic. So you can see over here, there's a bunch of puke and trash and all that. He's coming right around the corner here, and he's going to clean it up. So it's all kind of automated, and it is wonderful to watch everything that you've built kind of come to life. Now, this right here, this guy, he's my courier. So he's going to pick up the resources that these stores need. And he's going to sit there and I'm in his way. And he's going to deliver them. So the stores run out of stock. It's just fantastic. And I have yet to scratch the surface of this game. You can have multiple couriers. If I go over here, you can see there's a guy. I can have a whole new plot of land that I can expand, but I haven't gotten that far in the story yet. But for instance, so that's the mining zone up there. Right here is the forest zone. So you can see my worker here, he's cutting things. I got a table saw, I got a fabricator, and I can come in here and set the recipe. So whatever resources I need, because you're always changing. It's very addicting. Right now I'm making paper reams because 2 of my stores need that. There's a bookstore who prints out books and the tourists buy and stuff like that, and so forth. So it's just fantastic, and it's got kind of it's a blend of every single simulator game, but what they've done is they've elevated it, and they've done it so well. So there's a phone, which is kind of like Animal Crossing. So if I go to the phone app, and you can see I have the different apps and stuff, but I come here to the ego tech because everything's based on ego and money. So I'm gaining money from what I'm selling from the stores, but I'm also gaining ego from the tourists liking the place and wanting to live there and so forth. So I'm only on tier 3, which is I have farming zone 1, mining zone 1, stuff like that. So I haven't unlocked any of these, but look at all this stuff. Hairdresser, fortune teller, fishing zone 3, hat shop, movie theater, pizzeria. I mean, it just goes on. And a tier 6, there's even there's a subway system you can do, a fitness gym. I mean, it is just, and what's funny is there's actually a stadium that you can build where you can hold concerts and venues and whatnot. But it's just fascinating. What's neat about it is you can customize everything in this game, and it runs so smooth. Now I've yet to see like how many when I got a full bustling city, with everything filled out, is it going to lag? Maybe a little bit. But if you go up to the widgets, you can customize your entire HUD with whatever you want, and I'm telling you, it's fantastic. Here's the map. So this is my little city right here. So I'm kind of just right in the center here. But if you scroll all the way down, this is like the new lands and stuff like that you can get. But what you're not seeing is, I'll show you the fishing zone as well. So let me go over here and I'll show you a couple. So this is the fishing zone. So you can see I have lobster traps. I got machines that turn into octowurst. I can build sausages and stuff. But I got a worker around here somewhere who fishes all the stuff. Let me see. I do have my fishing stuff. So the fishing is very easy. You know, you're just fishing and then you're pushing a button, nothing crazy. So, and then you catch the stuff and you have your little backpack. Now your little backpack can only hold so much. So for like instance, this fish, I'll probably only be able to hold like, you know, maybe 3. Whereas, you know, if I'm doing a smaller stuff, I can hold like 8 or something. So it's all based on size. But let's go back, and I want to. Actually, let's come right here. This is my farming zone, so you can see my worker is watering the plants. I got all my storage up here. But and the bees and all that stuff. But what I want to show you is if I go to, I got my thing blocking me. If I go to build, okay, on the bottom left, you'll see all the different categories. So, like I said, this is what reminds me of Roller Coaster Tycoon. So if I come here to the town center, I can build new houses. Okay, I can build all the kiosks, the services, which is like the trash and everything, the waste management, and then the subway stuff. Now, I haven't gotten into the subway and gone on that level yet, but I would imagine I will in a bit. But what I want to show you is there's different hidden regions, and so where you can get like valuable stuff. So let's come up here. So if I go in this lower area, it's a completely subsection. Now, there is no fighting or animals. There is something that's called a trash bird that will come down, and he'll wreak havoc on your trash bins and stuff like that and make a mess. And you kind of run him over with your car or bicycle or whatever, and he'll go away. But that's about as far as the fighting goes. Now you can get like rare fish. You can do all kinds of stuff. And let me show you this real quick. So that's like a little hidden mining area. But let's go over here, because every now and then a tourist comes and sets up shop. So you can add like aliens. You can see there's ghosts, there's wolves. It's fantastic. So if I go right here, this is like a wandering tradesman, and they'll come in, they'll say all kinds of stuff, but you can see all the crazy stuff that you can get. I also want to show you I want to show you this. Let's go up here, and it runs just so good. I think it's just because of the the style of graphics and whatnot. But this is like a sewer area where you can get rare stuff. You can explore, so it's got kind of that My Time at Portia type of deal. So you can do fishing, you can do all this stuff. And they've just taken it and they've just run with it, and they've almost perfected this style of game. And there's one other aspect I want to show you. And again, it's all about your creativity and what you want to do. Let me show you. You can actually have your own house. You can build it wherever you want. So like this, I can get in different cars. I find all these cars. You can have skateboards. You can do whatever you want. I've just started to scratch the surface on this game. If you want to help out your workers, you can. You can, when you first start, you're going to be doing all this before you get actually workers. Now, I only got one worker here, but you can see I'm doing the job of him. But if you go over here, I'll show you one more thing. You can have your own house. Let's see, where did I put it? Oh yeah, I built it kind of in this cavern, away from all the people. And I haven't decorated the outside yet, so it kind of looks very barren. But when you go in, you can decorate your house. If you can move all this stuff around, you can actually use everything. It's just fascinating. Oh, I just put a fish in there. All right. So, it's just. The game, it's like 60 frames per second, and it's just fantastic. it rains, the weather changes, the seasons change, and then they got like the kind of a Stardew Valley where you got these little things you can search for them. They give you new stuff that you found. I don't know too much about the museum yet, but I'll show you the kind of town hall. So you can display stuff and whatnot. So, and then you just manage it. You can select which stuff you want to put in there. This is all the kind of different fish I put in there. There's a bug display. You can fill up all this, but I haven't really gotten into that. Let's go back to the phone, and this is where it really gets deep. So there's a lot of analytics and data that you can do. These are my current goals right now. You can see that I'm third right now in the Boomtown rankings. It it shows you everything you can do, all the rewards that I'm going to get next. Of the ones that I just got, hire more. It tells you what you can do. See, there's a train coming. I'll show you that. So the train's coming, and you just watch the people come in. They leave. They rate your town of what kind of experience they have, and then when you have the people with the plus symbol, those are the people you can kind of get as your townie. Now, you can't have a new resident without a place for them to live. You can give them a job. You can do all that stuff. You can't rename them. So let's just, someone just sat next to me. All right, so let's go. I'll show you an example. Let's talk to this guy. So he's saying it's hot in here. Do you feel hot? Maybe I should take my shirt off. So for this particular guy, if I wanted to pay 600 coin, I can go ahead and invite him to be a resident of my town. For this purpose, I'm just going to hit maybe later and so forth. So it's very fascinating. You can change your outfit, your look at any time, because you're going to unlock all kinds of different stuff. It's just absolutely wonderful. And you can see this little blue dot here. If this little blue dot, if it turns and flashes yellow, that means this guy who runs kind of a tinker shop, he's running out of resources. You can see there's rock, there's wood. In the beginning, I had to, make sure he was stocked up, but I hired a courier, which really saves the day a little bit. So, but fantastic game, perfect game if you like cozy games, but I don't know if I would consider this a cozy game. It's more like a town management game, very deep management. This is what I like. I used to love like my time at Portia, whatever you want to call it. My time at Sandrock, where you have to put the resources in the machine. I don't know if you guys have played the game Dinkum. I may do a video on that later on. But this game was heavily inspired by Dinkum, which is kind of the same thing. But it was in Australia, it was the outback, and you have to form a town, and you work with the people and everything like that, and then you go hunting for resources. But this is a phenomenal game. Let's actually check and see I don't know what the price of it is now. I know it just came out. I got it when it was a little bit on sale, but it wasn't. Yeah, so it's full price right now. But the good thing is there is a demo, so definitely check it out. You can see how populated this can be. I mean, I'm just seeing stuff I don't even have, like the parking lot. I mean, look how they made alleyways and all the trees, and that garden looks awesome up there. Oh, it just thundered. But definitely check this out if you like it. It is fun. It is addicting. There's what I'm showing you here is like an underground area, a whole new level to your town system that you can build. It's fantastic. I've never even seen these machines before. So, I mean, look at all the machines. So it's just fun. And what I do is I just hop in every now and then, check on the town, maybe do a few goals, and then hop back out. And I'm normally going between this and Final Fantasy 14, but there's a beach area. I mean, fantastic game, and I can't recommend this enough. So if you like these types of game, if you got a little bit of time, leave me a like, drop me a subscribe, maybe a follow. It really helps out the channel. And until next time, I'll see you around.